Welcome to Tell Me More, the Allsteel podcast where design meets innovation and we explore the limitless potential of workspaces. In this exclusive series, we're peeling back the layers of workplace design. From the psychology of colors to the future of hybrid work, join us as we open doors to conversations with industry leaders, architects, and designers who redefine the modern workplace. This is Tell Me More, brought to you by Allsteel, because when it comes to designing the future, there's always more to discover.
And welcome to our latest episode of Tell Me More podcast. I'm Andrea Gauss, Director of Client Solutions with Allsteel, and today we're going to be talking about the important topic of having a better and greater impact. Joining us today, we have Lydia. Lydia, tell us a little bit about who you are.
Hey, Andrea. My name is Lydia Tolander. I've been with Allsteel for a little bit over 7 years. I'm now leading our product team for the architectural products category. But previously I worked in product development for some of our different furniture lines.
And she's a rock star. If you haven't met her or gotten to know her, she's great. So in our little series we've been doing on sustainability, we've talked about the 3 C's and just kind of understanding sustainability across the industry more broadly. Those 3 C's being chemistry, climate, and circularity. And now as we've shifted to talk a little bit more about Allsteel's specific work and impacts, we talked about creating a better portfolio. And really what I love about today's conversation with you around architectural products, and we think about the portfolio turning into impacts, we've done a lot of really cool stuff on the architectural side. So first, tell us a little bit about what our products are, what even is an architectural product, and what are our products within that segment, if you will.
Yeah, so to Allsteel, architectural products are primarily demountable walls. So we have 2 different demountable walls series, Beyond, which is a movable full solution product. And then we also have Aspect, which is a frameless glass storefront stick-built product. And so the walls are used to create enclosure, to promote collaboration, wayfinding, really just adding topography to the office landscape.
Yeah, that's great. And I think we've been really excited about the potential for having an even more sustainable architectural products portfolio line because we feel like there's significant impacts to the long-term life cycle within a building as it relates to the devising walls. But before we get to life cycle, let's talk a little bit about chemistry. So we dug deep within the architectural walls world and really wanted to understand it utilizing Declare labels and the International Living Futures Institute and kind of their perspective. So can you tell us a little bit about that process, how you were engaged, and the work we did with our supply chain?
Yeah, so super happy to announce that Aspect and Beyond have both recently achieved the Declare label status. So that was about a 9-month process. And for those of you who don't know, the Declare label is the nutrition label for building products. So it allows consumers, clients, different stakeholders in that decision to make informed choices for their clients to help them meet their goals. And also just know, what are the different types of chemicals that we are surrounding ourselves with via the built environment. So the Declare label represents total material transparency. And we, as a manufacturer, have to report down to the 0.01% of the product's finished weight, all intentionally added chemicals. So it was about a 9-month process for us. Just to put that into context, 0.01% of a product's finished weight is about equivalent to a can of soda in relation to a Chevy Tahoe. Our product is also parametric. So it's custom specified to fit the space that it needs to go in, which made the analysis a little bit more tricky. So we went through hundreds of thousands of unique SKUs, part numbers, just to offer that total chemical transparency required to meet this Declare label criteria.
What I love about the Declare process is that the first step is to get to that transparency and to understand what's in it, right? Because I think forever sustainability is a journey, and we're going to be learning about new chemicals that could potentially harm, human or have an impact to human health. And so by first getting to this complete understanding of what's in it, then as we learn and understand more about chemistry, we can make informed decisions. So is there anything we uncovered in the process that we're working on from a chemistry perspective?
Yeah, so I mean, like I said, it was a lengthy process that required us working in close partnership with our manufacturing teams as well as supply chain. And we did actually find a part where our supplier was not sure of the chemical makeup of that part, which was very eye-opening, I think, for us. And we actually ended up having to send that piece to a local university to be dissolved in a lab to figure out, what was the chemical makeup and composition of this part, which again, I think was just very eye-opening and lends itself to why Declare is important. I think it's important that we know what we're surrounding ourselves with in the environment. And there are materials and products out there where that truly is unknown.
Yeah. Very interesting process. Really excited to have partners who can help us along the way. So then let's transition a little bit from product development, working with supply chain into install world, right? So we have a product, it's viable, consumers are purchasing it. Talk a little bit about life cycle assessments and the work we've been doing there when it comes to architectural products.
Yes. So Beyond is our full solution demountable walls product. And Beyond is something that can be repurposed day two. So it might be a conference room when it's initially installed, and day two, if the end client's needs change or their strategy shifts, Beyond can be easily taken down and repurposed to create a variety of different space types and sizes. I think the reusability of the product lends itself to this sustainable narrative and understanding the impacts that our products have on humans and on the environment. But we hadn't really done any research or didn't have any data to kind of substantiate that argument. So over the last year, we've consulted the support of a third-party engineering firm to go through and complete a life cycle analysis on our Beyond Demountable Walls product, comparing that to conventional construction, conventional drywall or gypsum construction, which is something that we compete with very frequently. And I think we've not yet received the full summary of that report, but the information that partner has been able to share with us so far is very promising. I think we anticipated that Beyond was certainly going to have a more sustainable story as the product is redeployed and reused. But what was surprising to us in kind of the first delivery of the research was that they found that Beyond actually had a lower initial impact upon first installation than conventional construction, which was something that we had not anticipated, but was very promising.
So Lydia is referring to the carbon impact and the carbon footprint, which we talked about a little bit on a previous podcast, but it's really about what was used to create the product that ultimately landed at the facility, what's the carbon that was utilized to manufacture that product, and then what is the waste on the initial install at the job site initially, is the first part of a life cycle assessment. And then you continue to watch it as moves, adds, and changes occur. And I think it's obvious to us if you're going to move a wall that's standard construction, the waste versus moving a wall that was a demountable that was made for this, right? Constructed, engineered for this purpose. So we're excited about the downstream or long-term effects on an overall building system's embodied carbon and the potential to use a product like this one. So now our efforts are really to help kind of our clients understand what we refer to as a spatial kit of parts. So I think people understanding a furniture kit of parts, they kind of get it because, I have a panel system, I can take it apart, I can reapply it. Well, when you think about a spatial kit of parts, that's taking it up to the ceiling grid. And as Lydia was mentioning before, maybe there's a conference room that gets turned into a private office. but you could also think about grid planning, whether it's a 15 by 15 foot grid, and how you could just by removing one wall could turn a smaller space into a much larger one, etc. So there really are some great potentials down the line, we think, and we're excited for the impact of this one product on the overall environmental footprint of a building. So that's great. Well, with that, I think that concludes our Tell Me More podcast, talking about better impacts alongside Lydia. Thanks for your time, Lydia.
Thanks so much for having me, Andrea. That brings us to the end of another fascinating episode of Tell Me More. We hope you enjoyed our conversation around better impacts. Stay tuned for the next episode in our sustainability series, where we'll explore better experience. As we sign off, remember that the conversation doesn't end here. Connect with us on social media at Allsteel and share your thoughts, questions, or even your favorite moments from the podcast. We love hearing from our engaged and curious audience. Until then, thanks for listening.